Senior Rotax is up next. 34 drivers. Quick glance. Talk about history of Senior. Oh no, is that? I thought that was an interesting way to play. The plane. So Senior Rotax here at PFI in the British Championship. Well, 2019 it started off with James Johnson and Kieran Gifford winning for Dan Holland Racing and KR Sport respectively. No event here in 2020. 2021 it was Sean Butcher who won for KR Sport, beating Matthew Higgins and Lewis Gilbert. So KR Sport and Dan Holland Racing have had the wins here at PFI. In total, Dan Holland Racing have 8 Senior Max wins. Persistence Motorsport, a team that are no more, 5 wins. KR Sport have 3. Team Clay Racing, who aren't here this year, have 2. 1 win for a privateer. Potenza Racing Engines have got a win. So have Argenti Motorsport. So have Vision Motorsport. Guy Cunnington, who starts this race from the 5th row of the grid, he's got the most Senior Rotax wins in the Motorsport UK British Championship. 5 wins. Reese Hunter, who is now sort of retired to take more of a senior team management role with his own team. He's got 3 race wins. Oakley Pryor's got a pair, so has Bradley Barrett. Lewis Gilbert's got 2 wins. Kai Hunter's the most successful driver in terms of overall wins in the British Championship since the start of 2019. Overall, Kai Hunter, between junior and senior Rotax, has got 10 race wins. That is, well, more than any other driver. But only 2 in Senior Rotax. Kieran Gifford's got a win, so Sean Butcher, Tom Edmonds, James Johnson, Morgan Porter and Catherine White. There is a look at the grandstand. Now that will fill up very shortly indeed. But Connor Hall sitting down there, standing there, centre screen, the Coles Racing t-shirt.
Has he been working out?
Just a bit, yeah. He's working out. Sun's out, guns out. I think that's their phrase for Connor. There he is. Gives us he just realised.
There we go. Let's. Sorry.
And there's Mr. Hunter walking across the screen. He hasn't. Sorry, we're going to the circuit next. Oh dear. Right, there we go. So a big smile there. Yeah, they just found the camera is directly opposite you, waving. And there we go. As soon as Kyle knows the camera, he moves over, arms folded. We're just going to flex.
Stop flexing.
Stop. There it is. Great stuff. And again, so I mean, obviously, it's been a bit of a rough day, I think, for some of the Coles Racing drivers, but again, smile still there. This is what makes karting. We say it's a family sport. Well, we are one sort of big dysfunctional family. James Linden was laughing there. I'm going to pick on James sitting down there in his sunglasses next to Mr. Carter. There we go. There's next to Mr. Carter. Now, Russ's other brother, Sean Carter, got married earlier this week, and he's been sent off to Belgium. Honeymoon in Marienborg for the Euro X30 Series. Gate closed. Senior Rotax, 34 drivers up next. This is going to be an absolute cracker. I would advise you all, if at the circuit, if you're not in the middle of fixing a go-kart, then to sit and watch this. There's people eating ice cream. Anthony Jordan, you promised me that you would arrange ice creams for the commentators. Absolute outrage, Anthony. Outrage. I
had Kaylee Cole message and say, have you had your ice cream yet? I said, no, I'm livid. But she said, I'll organise someone, and she hasn't yet. Dear I'm livid. Kaylee, if you're watching,
and now the cameraman's putting with those lovely people eating ice creams on the stream. Oh dear. Right.
Probably about to get a very angry message from Kaylee.
There's Adrian Coles on the left there. So again, watching. So I mean, yes, this class, it's full of talent from top to bottom. We're going to have Strawberry Racing, Dan Holland Racing, Coles Racing, the Zip Factory team, Ultimate R, KR Sport. We've got 6 different teams on the first 6 positions on the grid. In addition to that, we've got drivers out there from Project One, from Cato Motorsport, from MLC Motorsport. We've got Thule Motorsport represented, Potenza Racing Engines. We've got one lone privateer has qualified for the finals, James Lingard. And here is your starting line. At pole position, Callum Bradshaw, and alongside Callum, Matthew Higgins. Row 2, Sam Gornall and Caden McQueen.
Row number 3, Sean Butcher and Matty Hingley. What can they do from that row? Will Ellswood and Daniel Armstrong will start on row number 4.
Row number 5, Guy Cunnington, the GP plate holder, and Jamie Rogers, Scotland's Leon Henderson, and Finlay Harrison go from row number 6.
Lorenzo Cordal and Jamie Perrelli will start on row 7 with Gabe Balanka and David Arlejner on row number 8.
Gabe Balanka from Perth in Western Australia.
Why?
Teddy Pritchard-Williams and Kai Hunter start from row number 9. Watch for Kai to be coming through. Last year's championship runner-up Ryan Willis and Ben Davis go from row number 10.
Indeed, row 11, Archie Walker and Magic Hamera making their way through up the grid nicely. Jack Lilly and Harry Barlow will start from row number 12.
Row number 13, Lewis Gilbert and Charlie Rippin, then Brandon Nagelmore and our lone privateer, James Lingard.
Louis Harvey and Alex Moody on row 15 with Scott Lapsley and Jack Stedman on row 16.
The grid rounded out by the 2 drivers that failed to finish the pre-final. Theo McCurris went out for the Jack Dex Racing team in the last lap. James Lowther had an accident, but he is okay and back in the car. What can James do? The number 7 seed from last year from the back of the grid.
Archie Walker's dad, I believe.
Watching on, yes.
Indeed.
Now,
Sonny's on.
fireworks are guaranteed. Maybe not right at the start. Maybe we'll have a nice clean start. That doesn't look like it's going to be a very good start, so we'll go around again. So, ladies and gentlemen, what to look for? Points of interest. Well, there's lots of points of interest in this race. Not only do we have reigning European Senior Rotax champion Callum Bradshaw starting from pole position. We have the 5 seed from last year, Matthew Higgins, on the front row. Caden McQueen, that's a Mad Croc chassis. The Zip Factory team have never been represented in Senior Rotax in the British Championship before. Watch for that. Sam Gornall, of all the junior drivers that graduated out of juniors into seniors for this season, Gornall has been the most impressive. What can he's a real wild card because none of the other drivers around him know much about Sam Gornall and style of racing. The only other one who really has much of a clue is Matty Hingley, who raced him as a junior in 2020. Then you've got Sean Butcher, 3rd last year. Will Ellswood, 6th last year. The GP plate. So the GP plate, that means that Guy Cunnington won the Kart Masters British Kart Grand Prix here last August. Then you've got the likes of Leon Henderson, a multiple race winner in juniors last year. You've got David Aulejner from Poland. You've got the championship runner-up from last year, Kai Hunter, starting from the 9th row of the grid. You've got the British Open champion, Lewis Gilbert. He'll be coming up strong from the 13th row of the grid. And again, the back of the grid, Theo McCurris and James Lowther, they will both be very strong indeed. The sun is out on... Oh dear. And that's not gone well.
No.
And that is a problem. So that was drivers weaving. Oh dear. Now that's Alex Moody, James Lingard, number 21 of Charlie Rippin, and the number 79 of Harry Barlow, who were all sort of, we didn't catch that on there, but obviously the drivers sort of like checking their steering and sort of getting themselves in line. So we'll have a 3rd rolling lap. And of course you think, have any of those drivers had a nose cone and had their races ruined before they even get started?
It is one of those, it'll be in the back of their minds now during this race. And of course some of those drivers, they were quite like mid-pack sort of area, weren't they?
It was the drivers that were starting. You had Barlow on the 12th row, Charlie Rippin on the 13th row, Lingard on the 14th row, Moody on the 15th row. I think I even saw Magic Hamera maybe getting involved in that as well. But
they're all on the same side, so I don't think it was Weave. I think
it was Weaving, or maybe someone slowed down.
Yeah,
slowed down, and then someone had to lock up to avoid running into the back of them. But again, that's gonna, they're gonna reset themselves mentally. And it's now we're in the height of the afternoon. We're running these finals a lot earlier than we would normally. So
I know.
The sun is absolutely baking down.
It's boiling in here, isn't it?
It is.
It's all the hot air coming out of you.
Well, as usual.
And the back end of me.
Right, there we are. Now, 3rd time of asking. Lights are still not out.
Well, the lights didn't go out, so another false start's been declared now. But the false light...
There's the new FIA spec lights.
Yes, indeed.
Right,
Yeah. So the lights on the... starting actually there didn't go out, but they didn't show the false light start, so it may have been an issue with that caused that one. I'm not too sure.
Well, someone just pressing and repressing buttons.
Absolutely spammed it.
Yeah.
Not going.
Again, mentioned. So we have to be very impressive. Gabe Balanka from Perth, Western Australia, first time here at racing in the UK, starting on the 8th row of the grid. He's starting alongside David Aulejner, who's Polish but lives in Wales. And David raced to Poland in last year's Rotax Grand Finals in the E20 class and became the first Polish driver to get on the podium. So, I mean, he's around world-class talent. Teddy Pritchard-Williams, he's, half Welsh. I think he once went on a caravan holiday to Passati. Good enough for me. And, good enough for me.
I used to live in Wales.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Aberystwyth.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Aber.
Don't tell me you went to university there.
No.
What did you go to Aberystwyth for? Apart from the fact there's Library of Wales there. And it's near a place called Devil's Bridge.
Yes, I've been there.
Yep.
Lovely place.
And it's only got one escalator.
That's very true.
In the entire library.
Mm. But, no, I just lived there for a bit. There you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But you couldn't spell it, though.
Nope.
Here we go. For the fourth time of asking, now the lights are out. Now we're off and racing. Bradshaw and Higgins side by side, but Bradshaw just about squeezes through in front. Higgins has to drop back in second position, and they're all safely onto the banking. Callum Bradshaw now trying to lead this one out from the front. What can Higgins do? And Gornall's made a good start in third position. 34 karts come plunging down the hill towards hairpin number 1. Hold your breath, boys and girls.
There's one off as well, and he's gone through the barriers. He's just gone round them, and it was the 86 Dan Holland Racing car entry of Ben Davis.
Oh, but now he's
back on.
He turned around. He didn't miss out part of the circuit.
No, he didn't go straight on. He came back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's because of course if he'd have carried on going and missed out the part of the circuit, he would have been penalised a lap. But he did sort of come around and get back on the track. But obviously that's him going to be right at the back and quite away at the back. At the end of lap now, and Bradshaw, and here comes McQueen passing, going up the third. You're pointing your finger, Anthony.
What now you say? Now, Bradshaw had the advantage early on in that lap, but he's lost it instantly. Higgins has super closed up and is now absolutely line astern. Like you just say there, also, McQueen's managed to get past Gornall. Now, he's really closed up as well. He's in a bit of a in-between the two groups of them now. So it's all starting to get spicy. We've not really started yet.
Yep, 5 karts. The back of this League 5 group, you've got Matty Hingley for the Ultimate R team. Now, they've had a very good side-by-side action, but we're going to try and watch. There is the number. We're trying to see where the O plate of Lewis Gilbert is. Well, James Lowther's already gained 8 positions in the number 7 kart, so he's had a good start. Archie Walker has had a problem. Ryan Willis has retired the number 42 kart. Archie Walker's down at the back of the grid. Theo McCurris has started off like a cat with a rocket up its bottom, up in the 24th position from 33rd on the grid. Oh, there's McQueen getting crossed up there. So Higgins has the lead and Bradshaw defending a little bit. I'm wondering if this is tyre pressures. Maybe Bradshaw's, the kart's not strong now. It's set up to come on strong later in the race, you can see Bradshaw signalling to say, right, come on, push me, work together. Oh, and there's a move. That was a committed move there from Matty Hingley, diving up the inside of Sam Gornall. McQueen is defending. There's the number 3 kart of Sean Butcher and his teammate Will Ellswood in the number 6 kart, all looking to get involved as well. Behind them, Guy Cunnington, Jamie Rogers in the top 10. So KR Sport have got 3 drivers in the top 10 at the moment. Leon Henderson's up into 10th position. Then it's Kai Hunter, already up 7 places to 11th. Gabe Balanka up into the top 12.
Oh, I say, they'll be liking that on the other side of the world, won't they?
I mean, we're probably about 4 crates of Fosters in by now. Out in Australia, it's late over there, but Gabe Balanka is making sure that there's going to be a few people going to work late on Monday morning. Armstrong, Gilbert up to 14th, and it's Pritchard, Williams, Cordell, Harrison, Aulejna, Rippin, Perrelly, McCurris, Hamera, Lingard, Lowther, Lilly, Nagelvort, Harvey, Barlow, Lapsley, Moody, Stedman, Walker and Davis.
Yep. 33 out of the 34 still running here at PFI for the Senior Rotax Final, race 24 of the weekend. And again, nice shots there as they dive down into the hairpin 2. Again, just everyone slotting in. Gornall still there behind the 25. And just at the moment, he can't get past Bradshaw. And I don't think he wants to get past Bradshaw. I think he wants to follow Bradshaw more than anything. Because, again, Bradshaw, a lot of experience in the Senior Rotax category. So, wants to just see what he's got.
So, if you recall back to the pre-final, Sam Gornall, he defended, I think it was third place. He was defending third or second place with about 3 minutes to go. And it cost him and the chasing pack a chance to get up to the top 2. It was defending third place. I said, that's one little mistake there. That's sort of a sign that he's still inexperienced in senior racing. Okay?
Yes.
Now, has he learned from that? You know, he doesn't want to defend. Okay, he's under pressure at the moment. There's Jamie Rogers, the number 59 car. Now, he has got Leon Henderson right behind him. No, he's not. He's got Leon Henderson alongside him. No, he's not. He's got Leon Henderson in front of him.
Yes.
But, you know, now we'll see. So, Gornall, even if he gets passed by 1 or 2, don't fight it. Just stay in line. We've got 10 and a half minutes to go. Oh, and look at that. You've got, there's lots of green and white strawberry racing carts there. That is Henderson, Armstrong, Belanca and Cunnington, the GP plate. So there's the number 22 of Gabe Belanca at the back of this group. Now he's following Daniel Armstrong in the number 12, his teammate. And, well, Lewis Gilbert, meanwhile, has come from 25th to 12th, Anthony.
That is a storming performance.
Yes, the Diamond of Dalry.
13 places.
Yep, there's Caden McQueen, fastest lap of the race. McQueen running in 4th place. At the moment, Matthew Higgins leads Callum Bradshaw by about
an inch,
2 inches, 3 inches. That's what I tell her.
No.
Gornall, McQueen, Butcher and Hingley are next.
Yes, they are.
Got away with that one.
Yep, 9.5 minutes plus 1 lap. That's your cue to... Henry, shut up. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, nice breakaway for the top 5 at the moment. Looking comfortable. Like you say, you're talking about, Gornall defending earlier on in the pre-final. Yes, you were right in that one. And it does look like he's learnt from that. Because right now, he doesn't mind that Caden McQueen's right behind. He's just like, okay, we're fine. Just keep going. I suspect he'll have mechanics at the side there going like this.
Yep.
Stay behind.
Stay behind. Just line astern, not side by side. Just follow the slipstream, sit in the toe.
Yeah.
Just watch and learn.
Yep.
As there goes Bradshaw into turn 4, taking now. So Bradshaw has used his chit on that corner. I said chit, by the way. So he's already shown his hand at turn number 4. And now as a change.
Gornall
going around the outside on the grass.
He made it work, but almost only just though.
Now they've got to sort themselves out quickly or else Bradshaw will go. This is critical. 8.5 minutes to go. And there's Butcher into 2nd place. Higgins back to 3rd. Gornall and McQueen slow each other down. So that was critical. If they'd have spent too much longer battling, Bradshaw would have just signalled and gone, oh no. And what's Matthew Higgins? The problem for Higgins' cart. The cart is dying.
Oh no.
The number 5 Dan Holland racing car. Wales' Matthew Higgins out of the race.
Well, he's got it going.
He's got it going again, but is it... if that's an intermittent mechanical problem, did it just cut out? And did he have to restart it? Did he accidentally flick the switch and knock the engine off?
Well, maybe. I mean, he was more playing around with the carburettor on the engine more than the start buttons that are on the other side of the cart.
Yes,
so
fair enough.
It was not sure what the issue is, but it looked like he just flicked up the choke and then flicked it back down again, and off it went.
Let's see. Well, let's have a look. So
no, he's had to stop.
So Matthew Higgins out of the race. There goes McQueen back in on Gornall, and this is dangerous now because look at the gap that Bradshaw and Sean Butcher have got. This is dangerous now for the chasing pack. Gornall, Matty Hingley and Caden McQueen are 3rd, 4th and 5th. But they are watching, as they battle, they are watching Bradshaw and Butcher escape up the road. Are they escaping towards another win? Well, I mean, I'm looking at Senior Rotax saying Strawberry Racing. Can you believe this? Strawberry Racing have not won a Senior Rotax final in the British Kart Championship since Motorsport UK took it over in 2019. Hard to believe they have not won a senior final. In fact, they've only got one podium, 1 3rd place finish, and that was from Matt Armstrong, Stretch Armstrong, back at the end of 2020 at Wilton Mill. On that day at Wilton Mill, that was the race that Catherine White won and Caden McQueen finished 2nd.
Yes, I remember that well.
There's Matty Hingley looking over his shoulder. So another North Walian from Abergele. He is in 4th position. He's ahead of Sam Gornall. 6.5 minutes to go. Bradshaw leads Butcher, the Anglo-Australian driver based in London. So our Australian fans, well, you can cheer for Sean Butcher. Sure, that would make his dad, Glenn, very, very happy indeed. Caden McQueen, 3rd. Then it's Hingley, 4th. Then the number 27, Coles Cart of Sam Gornall, 5th. Behind Gornall, Kai Hunter has come from 18th on the grid in the number 2 Dan Holland racing cart, up into 6th position. Then it's Guy Cunnington, the GP plate holder, in 7th. 8th is Jamie Rogers having a fantastic drive in the number 59 KR Sport machine. Then it's another KR Sport cart, number 6, Will Ellswood in 9th. And Lewis Gilbert has just cracked the top 10 for the Potenza Racing Engines team. Then it's Teddy Pritchard Williams, Daniel Armstrong, Leon Henderson, Charlie Ripping, Lorenzo Cordal, and the rest. Gabe Belanca has fallen back to 25th position. David O'Lesner is down to 19th. James Lowther and Theo McCurris from 33rd and 34th. They're now running 17th and 18th. A little bit further back, Magic Camara is down into 26th position. Archie Walker struggling. He's only 28th. And we have, lost Matthew Higgins and Ryan Willis. So 32 karts still remain. And still the critical gap, the 5.5 minutes to go. Bradshaw and Butcher lead Caden McQueen by 1.1 seconds. McQueen has got to dig deep and find something in that Madcroc chassis to bring him back up to the front, because Butcher and Bradshaw, they'll know that they've got a gap. They will keep things civil until the very end.
Yeah, and they are doing just that. Caden McQueen, though, he's broken away from the two behind of Gornall as well as Kai Hunter. So, he's opening up a nice little bit of waft here. He's 1.4 seconds is the gap. Last lap it was a 10th faster. Oh, I say a 10th faster. Yeah, a smidge faster. But he is closing that gap. So he is making moves on them. The gap 1.07 seconds for the time being. So keep an eye on that. Still plenty of time. Now,
we're talking about different teams. We're talking about different engine tuners or engine specialists. So we've got Cream Racing engines powering, Rotax powered, but you've got Cream Racing engines with Callum Bradshaw. KR engines, that's with Sean Butcher, the KR Sport team. So we've got the Cream Waft, Big Louis Waft, and then Caden McQueen's, he's got Grice Racing Waft. Sam Gornall has got Steve Ogden Waft, and then Kai Hunter's got Time Engine Waft.
So lots of waft out there, lots of different waft.
Lots of different, so it's different teams, different engine builders, engine, specialists, very, very close. Oh, Gornall and Kai Hunter. Well, Kai Hunter's not going to stand for that, Kai Hunter.
No.
Right then,
You made your bed, now lay in it.
Yep, and Kai Hunter goes through. Will Gornall fight back? Or will Gornall have to now defend? Oh, and yes, he does fight back. Guy Cunnington goes. This is Senior Rotax racing, matey boy, and Gornall finds himself losing 2 places. I've got to say, Jamie Rogers in that number 59 kart, for someone in their first season of Senior Rotax racing, and Jamie's a very tall driver, which means he's got far less room to manoeuvre, seating position, and what have you, which does make a difference to the weight distribution of the kart. And he's doing an excellent job. Can he hold his nerve, however? Gornall gets a warning flag.
Well, he can hold his nerve because he's now up right behind Kai Hunter. Where is that now? That's in 5th place. So is Jamie Rogers. So he's done a good job there. You can see he's the only one who really tucks in when they go down the start, because he can see over the drivers as it goes down the start-finish.
Now, up at the front again, we've still got Bradshaw and Butcher leading, but Caden McQueen has got that gap. It was 1.3 seconds. It's now down to 9/10 of a second. McQueen is closing on the top two. Behind him, this battle we're watching for 4th place on back is 3 seconds further back. So it's they're not battling for the podium anymore. It's Bradshaw and Butcher for the win, and can McQueen catch them and make it a 3-way dance for the podium?
I reckon that could potentially happen. 2.5 minutes to go, plus that 1 lap. It's less than a second now, and he is closing in more and more as the laps progress. We know that Caden is good in these sorts of situations. He did this, like we say, we can refer back to Will to Mill, the end of 2020. Wet conditions, he was on slick tyres, and he came second in that race. He's got immense kart control, and when it's dry on slicks, he can really chuck it down the lap.
Yeah, now Lewis Gilbert, meanwhile, has moved into 7th position. Matty Hingley is 8th. Guy Cunnington slipped back to 9th. Ellswood, Pritchard Williams, Armstrong, Henderson, Cordal, and Rippin, the rest of the top 15. And there's Caden McQueen.
There is Caden.
And as a driver, you can see that gap, and that's going to give him such a look at him, head down, down the straight. We've got 90 seconds to go. At some point, Butcher's going to make a move on Bradshaw, so McQueen's thinking himself, I'm still in this. They're all on their own in 4th place is Kai Hunter. Here's the battle for 5th, still being led by Jamie Rogers, and Rogers Gilbert has spun behind Rogers, and that was Gilbert and Gornall.
Twice at the same corner. He's not going to be happy.
So I didn't see what precipitated that, but Lewis Gilbert was certainly trying to make a move on Jamie Rogers, and of course on the banking, his drivers cut high and cut low. Maybe that's what happened between him and Gornall. One driver going high, the other driver going low, trying to change lanes at the same time. And look at this. Mercy sakes alive, looks like we've got us a convoy. Onto the back straight. That's from 5th place back to 20th position. Louis Harvey in the number 74 Argenti kart at the back of this group. Oh, there's the number 12 kart of Daniel Armstrong getting spat wide. And there's the number 27 kart of Sam Gornall trying to recover. So the leaders are on their penultimate lap now. Bradshaw, Butcher and McQueen. Here comes the midfield battle on your screens. That's the number 49 kart just going through. That's Finley Harrison for the KR Sport team. But as they come up, the leaders are coming down towards, coming up towards the second hairpin now. McQueen has caught them. So it's game on the front now.
What can he do here? Now goes, gets the switchback. Now he's on the inside line here into the Fullerton S's on Butcher. Butcher has to concede the space, doesn't fight it too hard though. Now he's saying, let's catch up to Bradshaw. Bradshaw's got a little bit of a breather now as they go through the Mike Wilson complex for the penultimate time. Last lap board's out this time for these drivers, but Bradshaw with a bit of breathing space now.
Here's the last lap board. Now Bradshaw was absolutely superb on the last lap of the pre-final, was able to actually pull a gap on that last lap, but that was against a different driver. Now he's against Caden McQueen. Caden with a bit between his teeth coming onto the bridge. Caden McQueen up the inside at turn number 4. Oh, a little bit of contact there between McQueen and Bradshaw. McQueen backs out of it. He had to make a move. Bradshaw defends. It's not over yet. Bradshaw defends into hairpin number 1. Butcher's in second. McQueen's in third. Now Bradshaw's defending from McQueen. Here comes Butcher with 3 wide. Who's going to get the crossover? Still Bradshaw.
Holds on to it. He's not going to let that position go quickly. He's going to hold on to that one. Watch it into these last couple of sections. Again, defensive into Bobby Game corner around the outside. Caden McQueen. It's never going to work and he has to slot back. But wow, that was super close. And what commitment though.
Well, Sean Butcher has tried, but it's not going to be enough. Callum Bradshaw comes out of the final corner. Bradshaw takes the win from Sean Butcher by 0.14 of a second. Strawberry Racing finally have their first Senior Rotax win in the British Championship since Motorsport UK took over it. McQueen finishing on the podium for the Zip Factory team. Kai Hunter finishing 4th, and Jamie Rogers, his best result in the British Championship, a superb performance. He holds off a group containing the British Grand Prix champion, the 7 seed, the 6 seed, the 2020 Junior Rotax Championship runner-up, and plenty more to take 5th position. Guy Cunnington comes home in 6th. 7th for Matty Hingley. 8th for Will Ellswood. Teddy Pritchard Williams is 9th. 2 Welshmen in the top 10. James Lowther, what a drive from James Lowther. From 34th to 10th for Lowther. Lorenzo Cordal, great result for the Cato Motorsport team, finishing in 11th place. Daniel Armstrong is 12th. Leon Henderson 13th. Gornall slips back to 14th. Then it's Finley Harrison, Charlie Rippin, Louis Harvey, Jamie Perrelly and Theo McCurris in 18th. Lewis Gilbert, he drove from 33rd, he drove from 28th up into 7th and then back to 20th. Brandon Nagelvort, 21st. Magic Camara, 22nd. Jack Steadman, James Lingard, Gabe Balanka, and lucky, and a lot of people in Australia watching, thanks very much for joining us. You can stay for the last race. We hope you do, because that'll be a blinder. He finishes 25th. Archie Walker next. Then Jack Lilly, and again, great to be... Jack's actually the top finishing rookie. He spent 5 months out of the kart last year with a broken arm. He finishes 27th with Alex Moody, Scott Lapsley and Ben Davis next. We sadly lost during that race Harry Barlow, David Olejna, Matthew Higgins and Ryan Willis. But Bradshaw, Butcher and McQueen, great last lap. Well, McCaden had to go for it. He did all that hard work, and he was never going to do all that work catching the leaders without having at least one little nibble. It didn't quite work out the way Caden wanted to, but still a podium finish for the team. But there's Callum Bradshaw. The last time Callum was in the British Championship was at the start of the 2020 season up at Rowra when he raced in Senior X30 before the official Tony Kart team signed him. He's having a quick word there with his mechanic. There's Kai Hunter off at one side, finishing in 4th. There's behind them is Andy Salis, Caden's dad. There's Caden. There is the number 3 kart of Sean Butcher. Oh, there's a lost child, Anthony Jordan. But you can see the drivers are quite quick to take their race suits off and get in the shade, because that was it's the hottest day of the year here in the UK. And that was a very intense race indeed. As we look at, again, some of the more of the spectator areas here at Paul Fletcher International. The next round of the British Championship is up at Warden Law. It's at Karting North East in Warden Law in 2 weeks' time. It is for the TKM, IARMY and X30 classes. So we want to see you there for that one. But Anthony Jordan is down in the pits with our Senior Rotax podium finishers.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down in the winner's circle, and all the cuts are going up on trolleys now. We'll chat to Callum as soon as he's finished lifting that. Callum, that looked heavy, didn't it?
Yeah.
After that race?
Yeah, so obviously I was at the front, and it was obviously really hard to lead around PF with the toe being so big, and I just sort of kept having a look back to see where Sean was, and he was sort of the gap every lap, so I was like, just got to concentrate each lap, and yeah, sort of 40 seconds to go, made a slight mistake onto the straight, which allowed Sean to get quite close, and then after that I just sort of defended and took the win.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough old race on that one. I mean, like you say, you had Sean right behind you for the majority of it. Caden was slowly just reeling in as the race got by, and then what made you go defensive well at that point?
Well, obviously with 40 seconds remaining, you know, you've got to start to think about defending, because if you get done, then there's only a lap left, and it's really hard to overtake around here when you're defending. So yeah, it sort of made a mistake. I got away with it because it was at the end of the race. And yeah, just sort of defended. As soon as I seen the 40-second, I thought I've just got to defend now and take the win.
Solid result, P1. Can't be mad at that. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, obviously all at Strawberry Racing, Tony Kart, official as well, Cream Racing Engines, my mechanic Bruce, yeah, and everybody just sort of hard work's coming off.
Brilliant stuff. Well done, Callum Bradshaw. Well done. Let's chat to our second place man, Sean Butcher, who's... don't run away. There you go. Don't run away. There's a nice smile on your face. A tough old race on that one. Talk us through the last kind of sort of final stages of that, because it got a bit tasty, didn't it?
Yeah, well, we managed to get clear sort of halfway through the race, I'd say. I think we were really quick, which was different to all the heats, so we were struggling going into that one. But then managed to strap it together for the final. Just unfortunately, we kept cutting out coming off the bridge, so we could never really have a pop into the hairpin. But apart from that, good first weekend on the Brits.
Solid result, still P2. Got to be happy with that one. What did you think to Caden's attempt to move around the outside at Bobby Game?
Well, if he pulled it off, it would have been a great move, but thankfully he didn't.
No, you got him covered, didn't you?
Yeah, just about.
Just about had him covered. Well done. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone at KR Sport, my mechanic Jay, and my mum and dad.
Awesome. Well done, Sean Butcher. Well done, second place.
Thank you, mate. See you next time.
Excellent. Let's chat to Caden. Caden, well, the first thing I want to ask you is what made you decide to go around the outside of Bobby Gain corner? You madman.
Well, you know, in a race situation, you've just got to try everything you can to ensure that you put yourself in the best position. It might have not been the best thing, however, you've got to try it and learn.
It was a solid attempt. It looked like you were actually going to take it off, but like you say, Sean managed to just hold on to that one. Great run through that race as well, because you were in a bit of a no man's land, but you just managed to keep clawing away at their lead that they had, did Callum and Sean.
Yeah, I mean, they were both really fast and obviously working together. They weren't really battling. They were trying to edge away a little bit more. Thankfully, I had the speed, I had the pace to catch them, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late due to early race battles, which allowed them to get the gap, which, you know, it's not the best for me, but we got a solid result in the end, and, you know, looking forward to the rest of the year.
Excellent. Haven't set any more fire extinguishers off here, have you?
No, not yet.
No. Good stuff. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, the team, Zip Kart, Croc for the kart. You know, they've done a good job at making it a race-winning kart. Obviously, we didn't take the win today. However, it's definitely good enough too. My dad for being a spanner man, even though he's left a few things loose this weekend. But no, also the championship. You know, they put on a really good championship this weekend, and no, I'm looking forward to do the rest. Brilliant stuff. Well done, Caden McQueen. Third place. You can be happy with that one. Yeah. No, thanks. Brilliant stuff there. I think Caden's dad heard the comments that he was saying there. Was giggling in the background.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do this in race order. So we got Senior Rotax up next. Senior Rotax, a great last lap, and finishing in third position for the Zip Factory team, it's Caden McQueen. Congratulations, Caden. Had a little nibble at the leader on the last lap. Didn't quite happen this time, but next time maybe. Finishing in second position, finished third in the championship last year. He's going to be another strong contender for the title this year for KR Sport. It's Sean Butcher. Thanks, Sean. So congratulations, Sean. But your winner today, he's back in the British Championship for the first time since August 2020, being accompanied not by his mechanic, sadly, who's had to go, but by the Chief Hobbit himself from Strawberry Racing, Paul Spencer. Your winner today, it's Callum Bradshaw. Well done, congratulations, Callum. Paul gets a long-awaited medal. He's going to be presented on the podium. There we go. Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Like I said, of all the achievements in karting, getting that small bit of tin is the most proud moment of your life, I'm sure.
Listen, that's what it says. Look here, Wera, be a tool rebel, eh?
Yeah, well, I'm a tool and you're a rebel. There we go. Congratulations. Well done, Paul. Well done, Callum. There is your senior Rotax podium, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, well done. Senior Rotax podium here at PFI, everybody. Callum Bradshaw, Sean Butcher and Caden McQueen.